get a lot of questions, about how to get things going and set up your system and find these deals with a little to minimum budget. So I do want to show you guys how it's still absolutely possible to find these deals with little to no money, especially if you're someone with a very minimum budget or that has no money at all. It's still possible. A lot of these strategies were strategies that I used in the past, as well as tips and tricks that I came to find out as I was going through my real estate journey. So my whole purpose here, guys, is just to serve you guys with information, and it's up to you to actually, do the work and put the work in. So if you got a minimum to no budget, you do have to put forth more effort, and I call that the hustle. So you have to be ready to be locked in and hustle. So I'll go over a couple of slides just to share with you guys and get you guys going what I mean. And hopefully this does help you. I know there are some people in the group that really have that hustle and that hunger, and they're going to make things happen. So how to find deals with no money at all, guys. This is going to be like a beginner-friendly blueprint, just going off showing you guys how to find these wholesale deals with different resources that are out there and things that benefit us that got passed through government, which is called FOIA. FOIA is like the Freedom of Information Act. Let's go through it. So, your free hustle tools, guys. Setting everything up. Again, you don't need expensive setup to start wholesaling. I show you guys different tools that you could use. First one would be Google Voice. So you want to make sure you have Google Voice just so you have a secondary number, and when you're texting or calling these people, they don't have direct access to you. You can let it go to voicemail, set you up a nice professional voicemail. Just say, yes, you reached Real Estate Professional, your name, and just let them drop a voicemail to you. Or you can, answer. It just depends up to you. And Google Voice is also an app that you can connect to your phone, and it'll let you know every time a call is coming through Google Voice or it's a different call coming directly through your number. So it's just a way to keep things separate. Now, Google Sheets. Google Sheets would be good for you, just to keep track of everything. Think of it, Google Sheets is like Excel too for you guys that don't know. So Google Sheets will be a good way for you to keep track of your leads. You have one column full name, one column address, one column email, one column phone number, one column notes. So you can keep notes on every lead that you talk to. Again, this is very helpful, but it isn't the best at organizing. But if you are doing small, minute lists where you can keep track and you're very hands-on with your follow-ups, this would be good for you. There are also some free CRM softwares that you can use. Think about HubSpot. They have a free version. It's one called Podio that a lot of real estate investors use early on in the beginning. There may be other free CRM options that you can use. So a CRM and Google Sheets are essentially going to serve the same purpose for you. CRMs are a lot more organized because it's on the computer, it's software based. You can just type in the information, type in their name when you're trying to find a specific lead, put in the notes. And the CRM and the Google Sheets is basically how you manage your customers and know when to follow up, when to call them back. Different information about the property, what you're going to offer. You put your numbers in there, what you can expect to make. Your buyers that may be interested. So that's going to be good for that, guys. And all these are free hustle tools. So lock them in, download them, set it up on your phone, set it up on your laptop or computer. So that's how you keep your startup costs for zero, guys. Now, finding leads for free, guys. I'm going to keep moving my head around here. I just wanted to throw this together to make sure I assist you guys. So finding leads for free. This is where we really get into it, the bread and butter that you guys have been waiting for. How to get these free leads and possibly make money with absolutely $0. So first off, guys, you want to start with your sphere of influence. This could be your mom, this could be your dad, this could be your auntie, your uncle, your friends, anyone you know in a specific neighborhood. You basically just ask them and let them know. Just mention to them you're getting started in real estate. And when you're getting started in real estate, let them know you have some partners that are cash buyers and they're looking forward to buying a couple properties cash as is. So you let them know, start putting the information out there. You want to tell as many people that you know what you're doing, that you're in real estate, that you found you some cash buyer partners that are interested in investing in your business. You're just looking for properties, old, abandoned, distressed properties, anybody facing pre-foreclosure. anybody behind on taxes, anything like that. So you just want to put the word out there. Tell as many people as you know, and you'll see what type of referrals you are getting. And when you get those referrals, those become your leads, so you have to stay on them, you have to follow up with them. But the good thing is you got a referral. Referrals are really solid leads to go after because someone already gave you that introduction to communicate with them. So now public data gold mines, guys. So public data is going to be one of your best resources to download lists for free. Let me move my head so you guys can see. So public data is going to be your best way to get lists and data from the county. Like I said, I teach people, and mostly everyone I know and what I do myself, I just download preset lists that other companies already have the data for me. And I download like hundreds of thousands of lists of property owners' names and numbers and information like that. But if you're on a very minimum budget, this is perfect for you. You can make your list as big as you want or as little as you want. You can make sure it's niche. So now the first public data is going to be your pre-foreclosures. You can usually get this list from your county website. You may have to, play with it. I'm not sure. Every county's website is different. So you basically look on there for real property. You can Google real property, whatever your county is, and it should be some type of county website you can find. You may have to call up to the county and ask them, how do you find these pre-foreclosure lists? The other one is fire damage properties, guys. Now this is a direct result of FOIA, which, like I said, is a Freedom of Information Act. Now these fire damage properties, every property that has had some type of fire damage or to where they had to call the fire department out, they go on a list, and you're able to get that list thanks, like I said, the Freedom of Information Act. That's how you're able to get that list. Now that list is going to have a lot of people on it, and you have to filter your list appropriately. Some people may, for like what you see in the movie, some people may have called the fire department to get a cat out of the tree. Now that property may be on there just because it was a call, so you do want to filter through the list and see what the reason was for the fire department to be called. But that's one free list, and that's a good list. A lot of these fire damage properties are available. The people may have already gotten paid by an insurance company. They may not want the property anymore. So it is, with a good lead list that you can use. Another one that I like is code violations. Now you can request this from your local code enforcement or whatever area you're looking to get for it. So code violations are anyone that has violated the neighborhood code. Their grass could be cut too high. Their roof could be falling off. It could be anything, various different reasons to where they aren't up to code for the neighborhood standards. So you can request these lists. This is definitely an opportunity for you guys to, build a free list. So those are 3 different resources that I gave you, and there are many more as well, but these are some 3 good ones to start off with. Source that I've seen a couple guys in the group or women in the group already focus on. They may have heard me mention it through the other mini courses or when they signed up for the free masterclass, which introduced you guys to me. It's driving for dollars. Now, driving for dollars is always a winner. A lot of times these properties earn on any list. So you have an advantage against other people because you're actually putting in the work, the time, the effort, driving up and down inner city neighborhoods, looking for properties like this that look boarded up, that look abandoned. See how the roof, it looks very old. So you find these properties, you go up and down the street, you jot down those addresses, you later take those addresses and you put those addresses in your county appraisal district. So you would search whatever county your name is, and you could just do this simply by Google. All this could be done from home, and I'll tell you how you could do driving for dollars from home in one section as well. So when you're getting these addresses, you get back home or you get to your laptop or computer. If you're already there doing, like I showed you how to do driving for dollars from home, you'll basically search whatever county you're in, and you'll put appraisal district. And you'll Google that, and that should show you your county appraisal district. Like for the county that I'm in, it's called HCAD, Harris County Appraisal District. So I click that, go to that site, I put in the address, and the address, once I put in their address, it'll show the address of the property. It'll show me the property owner's name, and the property owner's mailing address. Now, their mailing address is typically their home if they don't have it in the P.O. box. So that's the address you want to reach out to them if you want to send them some direct mail, or if you want to look it up. And I'll show you guys how to look up and try to possibly get the owner's phone number or a relative's phone number of theirs. I'll show you that in 1 second, how you can do that for free as well. So that's how you do driving for dollars. Just trying to find these distressed homes, driving up and down neighborhoods. Now, how to drive for dollars efficient. So remember, you're doing the physical driving, you do 2 to 3 hours. Try to already have a set route that you're going to go on, or a plan. The better the plan, the easier it's going to feel for you. You want to do it for maybe 2 to 3 hours just so you don't get too burnt out. So focus on older areas, like I said, inner city neighborhoods where you know some abandoned properties are, where you know an area or neighborhood where you can do this at. Now the other way, like I told you guys, I would show you, is doing virtual driving for dollars. Now virtual driving dollars, you basically type in an area, zip code, or exact address on a Google Maps, and you go to Google Street View. And when you go to Google Street View, you just go up and down the street. You're looking for these distressed abandoned properties just from the image. So Google already did the work for you. You just have to sit your computer, go up and down, looking for certain properties. Now the key with this, guys, a lot of times when you go to Google Maps, in the left or right corner, I can't remember, the top corner, it automatically says a specific date. So you want to try to make sure you get the latest date as possible. Sometimes I've seen it to where it's set for like 2018 or 2012. So you want to try to get the earliest date as possible. Try to get, if they have 2023, 2024, you don't want to get it so far back, because a lot of times someone may have already reached out and owned that property and fixed it up. Property's already been updated or tore down and there's a new development. So make sure that you have the most recent date when you're in Google Street View. This is what I mentioned, guys, about the property owners lookup. So I did tell you this earlier, and I try to be very repetitive to you guys just so it does stick and you guys remember everything. So property owner lookups, like I said, once you have the address from the information from FOIA or foreclosures or the Google Street View driving for dollars, or the physical driving for dollars, you want to put that information in your county appraisal district. That'll give you the person's name that owns the property. It'll give you their mailing address, and it'll also have information about the property and what the property was appraised for. Remember, the mailing address and the physical property are two different properties. The physical property is the one you want to get, and the mailing address usually is where the owner lives. So you search that, you search their address of the physical property that you're trying to get, you look up the owner's information, and once you look up the owner's information, I'm going to show you how to, you can send direct mail to their mailing address, or I'll show you how to possibly try to get their phone number. It's not always the best, but it's a start, and sometimes you actually get the relative's phone number as well. So you got to be clever, guys, you got to be smart, and you got to put hustle forward. So here are the 3 skip tracing methods that I was mentioning, guys. So when you're, like I said, when you get their address, when you get their information, their mailing address, their property address, and their full name, you could do skip tracing. Now we usually use Skip Trace Genius, and it does cost anywhere from $100 and up, but you are able to get a batch of data, a lot of data. Like I said, it does cost, but if you want to go the free route, I recommend trying fastpeoplesearch.com. Fastpeoplesearch.com just allows you to put one address in at a time. But if you're bootstrapping, you're hungry, you want to hustle, this is definitely beneficial to you. I've actually used this sometimes when I can't find someone. Say a property that I'm trying to get, the owner's deceased, so I put that information in, the property address and the person's name. Sometimes it'll have the relative's name as well. So Fast People Search is definitely a resource for you guys, and I want you to take advantage of it because it's free. It'll probably give you their phone number, their old phone number, or a relative that has had something to do with the property address. So take advantage of that, guys. Again, it's just for one-off, so it will take more time. Say if you had a list of 10, it may take you about 10 minutes. But why not? It's free. It's worth giving it a shot. If you're just beginning, if you're just here to get a taste of real estate wholesaling, definitely take advantage of it. Now, I don't use this, but I know some people that do. They actually look people up on social media just to try to reach out to them. You put together a small introductory message the same way you would with your text messages. Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm just reaching out, seeing if we can be of service or assistance regarding your property on. And when I say Mr. Seller, you put their name there, like Mr. Smith or something like that. Just reaching out, seeing if we could be of service or assistance regarding your property on 123 Main Street. I noticed it was vacant. Just seeing if you had any intentions on selling that property. Sorry to bother you. I just saw it, and I saw some homeless people in the area, so I wasn't sure. So you do, offer them service and assistance, and you also let them know something you saw just to pique their concern, like, oh wow, I hope somebody's not squatting in my property or something like that. So you mention that just to raise their alertness about the property. And then there's also Google search techniques to try to find these people. So you have to be hungry, guys. You have to use these resources and take advantage of them while they're here, because it can definitely work, and especially if you don't have much of a budget. So that's one thing to get things going, to where you get their contact information. I showed you how to get their mailing address. I showed you how to possibly get their phone number. So that's 2 ways you can reach out to them: sending mail or door knocking. You can do door knocking. I'll go over that in a minute. Or you can, shoot them a text or give them a call. It just depends on how much effort you want to put forth. Now that I showed you how to get their phone numbers, I showed you how to get their address, I'm going to show you how to, take action in contacting these owners. So first off, like I said, if you get their phone number through Fast People Search, you will basically, reach out to them on the phone or via text message. When you reach out to them, hi, my name is Mr. Wright. I was just reaching out, seeing if you were maybe interested in selling. I do have a small script over here, but I always try to switch it up depending on the customer I'm talking to, or based on their information that I know so far, or how damaged the property is. So this script right here, you guys can use it. You're more than welcome to. Also, if you reach a specific level, you also get access to some free scripts as well, just depending on where you start, which level you're on. So that's one phone script, or you can also send them a text message. Just let them know, hey, you're a local investor. You were just seeing if they were interested in selling. Last resource that you could do is called door knock. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. Same way, you look up the address. You could take that address and go to their mailing address. And when you do, just give them a knock on the door. Maybe have a little business card with you, or a handwritten note. Whatever you think that can make you stand out. You always want to stand out from everything else, something to raise their interest and pique their attention. So key communication tips, guys. Be direct but not pushy. Lead with how you can help. Remember, I don't know how many times, or if you guys saw some of my other information, I always let you guys know to lead with, hey, Mr. Seller, I was just saying if I could be of service or assistance regarding your property on 123 Main Street. So when you do that, it piques their interest. It gets them to open up. It gets them to reach out to you or respond back to you, because you're not trying to take anything from them. You're more so offering them service and assistance. And by that, I mean, you're asking them, how can you help them, versus, hey, I want to give you cash for your property. That doesn't sound too friendly or too open. So always ask open-ended questions. Listen more than you talk. I know there's going to be times that you want to talk, or you feel like you can push them more by talking more. Let them tell you what's going on. They may tell you specific things about the property that you didn't know. They may tell you things that you can later use as a resource to rebuttal any objections that they have regarding your offer. Say, for instance, you offer them $100,000 and they don't want to accept it, but you remember earlier you spoke to them and they said, yeah, the city's going to take it in 2 weeks. The floor is falling apart. You rebuttal back, I understand. Remember, you told me the city's going to take it in 2 weeks. This is the quickest solution I have for you. You let me know the floor is falling apart. That's going to be a major foundation issue. So you always want to listen more than you talk, guys, just to build that rapport and try to take notes later and have your mental notes in place when you are submitting the offer. Be prepared for objections. Like I said, the seller tells you everything. If you approach them right, and you let them guide you in the conversation. This is the biggest part of the business, guys. So most people think it's super easy, which it can be easy once you learn how the system works. So you're never, or rarely, it happens, but it happens rarely that you get the deal on the first conversation. The majority of the time, guys, you're always going to get deals after follow-ups. So you have to be a good follow-up person. Track every interaction, create the follow-up schedule like I mentioned in your CRM or on your Excel document. You have to provide consistent value, guys. Hey, Mr. Seller, I drove past a house the other day. I noticed, the grass was really high. Just wanted to know if you had anyone to take care of it for you. I know a grass cut person. So once you start doing that, they start to trust you more. I've been in situations where I would let them know, hey, let me just put a lockbox on it for you, just to secure it for you and make sure you have access whenever you're ready. If you need anyone else to go out, I'm definitely interested in purchasing it. I just want to check it out. And I'll leave the lockbox on there for you and me so you can have access as well. But follow-ups, guys. Follow-ups. Because when you consistently follow up, they get familiar with you. They know Ferris. They know Mr. Right. Because we share conversation. They may have not been ready at that moment, but when they do get ready, they're going to remember me because I stood out and I was just following up and I talked to them. And I talk to them regular, guys. I'm not trying to put on a facade like I'm some genius. I just say, like, I've had conversation with different races, different sexes, being man or woman, and I'm just authentic with it. Hey, John, you make that decision yet? I'm just here waiting on you, brother. I got this cash. I hope I have it, by the time you're ready. I do buy quite a lot of properties. You just want to be more consistent and be authentic based on your relationship with the seller. I've made jokes with sellers that we've built that rapport, and they know I've been there. So that's one of the important things, guys. Follow-ups. Remember, guys, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. I'm not doing anything special. You're not doing anything different. You're just there to offer service and assistance. And once they see that and they get familiar with you through those follow-ups, you're going to get a deal. It's just a matter of when. You just have to put forth that effort and constantly follow up with the people who have interest to sell or haven't sold yet. As long as they've never told you no or not at all, then you have a door there that's always going to be open and closing. You just have to figure out the right time to get through it because they allowed you to have access to them because they never told you no. Now, get on the real estate hustle, guys. So there are the free options and there's also paid strategies. So free methods, they aren't necessarily guaranteed because you're doing it at such a low volume. But eventually, when you do feel comfortable or you do get some more savings stacked up to invest in yourself and invest in your business, you're going to always want to constantly invest to get better. You're going to want to start investing in leads from data sources, like I mentioned, PropStream, or if you're using PropWire. That's where you get tons of data in bulk. You're going to want to start getting skip tracing in bulk to where, you would put in the owner's property address, the owner's name, and get all their phone numbers. It gives you up to 3 to 5 phone numbers and an email. You're going to want to invest in a better CRM that can do automatic follow-ups for you, that can automatic text blast them all at once. So when you're doing the free route, guys, it is time intensive. It's a slower progress and unpredictable results, but it's still possible. Don't ever doubt yourself or doubt what you have. I always tell people, start with where you're at or what you got and get going. Eventually, you're going to still learn. You're going to have in the field experience, and you just have to scale up from there. You may notice, okay, I've had 100 addresses. Out of those 100 addresses, 20 people may be interested in selling. Out of those 20 people that were interested in selling, only one was interested in my offer. So you'll start to play a numbers game and start to build results for yourself, and that also builds momentum, which gets you guys eager and hungry to win. And I want you guys to win. But if you're with a minimum budget, you will have to put forth hustle, but it's definitely possible. As mentioned earlier with the paid routes, so we do the data, where you get the data, and that's from PropStream, PropWire, things like that. You get the phone numbers. The phone numbers is where you get the owner's phone number, and like I said, some emails. So this is easier to scale, and you're also doing more volume, which results in 3 to 5 times more faster closing, 70 to 80% response rate. So it is beneficial when you pay for data, but like I said, I want to assist you guys and serve you guys and make sure you can get started no matter where you're at on your real estate journey, no matter your budget. But if you don't have a budget and your finances aren't the best right now, I completely understand. That's why we call this neighborhood hustle. I started where you were at, doing the very minimum with what I had, just because I had to figure this shit out and make it work. So I want you guys to lock in, focus, and use this information to your advantage. Use this as a resource. Use me as a resource. Use other members in the group as a resource. I'm looking forward to seeing your success. The next and last level, guys, when you are ready, say you've had some success, say you maybe only made $2,000 to $3,000 off a wholesale deal. That proves you're going to be successful. It's time to scale up. Or if you hadn't made anything yet, but you want to scale up pretty fast, you understand, you were able to save up some money to get things going, I definitely recommend you buy one of the packages. It's more hands-on, very detailed information, and it lets you know our system and our steps and procedures that we use currently. So I definitely recommend you guys upgrade to one of the packages, just so we can assist you more and we can ensure your success, and you have a better success rate of possibility. Everything's a number game, guys. The more people you talk to, the more possible deals you'll do. Once you get your pipeline filled up, you'll definitely have more and more closings as you go out through this business. So that's what I got for you guys. This is starting with absolutely $0, and I'm looking forward to hearing your results. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys put this information to use and letting the group know, how was it for you? How'd you succeed? What level you were at? How many people you were able to talk to? What worked for you? What didn't work? Definitely want to hear your stories so I can share your success with others. And we'll also, highlight some of your wins in the group as well. Thank you guys. Good luck. Put this information to use as soon as possible, hopefully this weekend. So remember, you set up your Google Voice, Google Sheets, or some free CRM that I mentioned. You start looking up those addresses, downloading those free lists, reaching out to the right people to get those free lists, and just get going, guys. Hustle, 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 hustle. That's why I call this neighborhood hustle now. Thank you, guys. See you again. Good luck.